What's going on, guys? Nightflux here, and I'm bringing you my undefeated profile from locals the other day. Undefeated, if you know what that means. If you saw my video from the locals update, excuse me. But all right, let's go over the deck list and basic combos on how to use the deck properly. All right, so we have our starting Vanguard Mech Trainer right there, and we are running 8 critical triggers. Staple 8 critical triggers. This is a very aggressive aggro deck, so you do want to keep pounding and pounding on the damage. We are running 4 draw triggers. With Spike Brothers, you never really have any hand advantage, so you always want to get hand advantage where you can get it. And of course, the staple 4 heal triggers. Basic. And our basic, to the grade 1s, we have our basic 8K Vanilla Boosters, Wonder Boy, great for back row support. We have our aggressive grade 1s. If you want to get off that early damage, Reckless Express. We are running 4 of those. Reckless Express, basically Soul Blast 1. He gets plus 5K and he gets reshuffled into the deck to use again. So you always have your aggro pieces in your deck. Next, we are running 3 field drillers or field medical managers. Medical managers, if you don't know, when you place it on the field, you soul charge 1, so you can always have that soul to always be aggressive. And then we have our 3 perfect guards. I like 3 over 4 because you never really have that much extra hand, so 3 is fine. 4 is a bit, sometimes you're using a perfect guard to throw away with a perfect guard. It's kind of inconvenient. So 3 is a good number. We have our Vanilla 10K, Treasure Black Panthers. Good to ride this, and that way you can keep your brackies and your other cards we're going to talk about in a second. We have our 4 high-speed brackies, same effect as Reckless Express, but the brackies they are 9K, and then you Soul Blast 1, you get that extra 5K boost, and they get reshuffled. I do choose, this is a controversial grade 2, we are running 3 Devil Summoners. Why I prefer the Devil Summoners over the Field Drillers is because Field Drillers effect, if you don't know, is if you have 4 more rear guards and you hit, you get to draw a card. Of course, your opponent's going to block that. Anyone who plays Spike Brothers knows that if you hit with that, you're going to draw a card. They don't want you to have card advantage. They're going to block that. With Devil Summoner, as soon as you summon to the field, you can check the top card of your deck for a grade 1 or a grade 2 and call to an open rear guard spot. Now, that's good. The only time this would be a bad situation is if you did get one of your perfect guards. It's happened to me before, but I find this much better than Field Driller because I don't think Field Driller's that good, even though this is 7K as well. Next, we go to our 8 grade 3s. We do run 4 Juggernaut Maximums. The main key card in the deck to get your combo off, which I'm going to show you in a second. Juggernaut Maximum, same effect as Bracky and as Reckless Express. He's at 11K though. If you Soul Blast 1, he gets plus 5K, reshuffle him back into the deck. You don't ever really want to ride this card unless you have to ride him. If you have to ride him, it's not going to be a good game for you. And our last grade 3s are 4 Demonic Lord Dudley Emperors. Basically, what you need him for is his Limit Break. If you don't know what he does, I'll read it to you. Limit Break 4. Counterblast 2. Choose 2 Spike Brothers from your hand, put them into your soul. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 Spike Brothers, call them to open rear guards, and shuffle your deck. And also, when he's boosted by any other Spike Brothers, he gets plus 3K. You always want to put a Wonder Boy behind him, so that way he always hits for 21, which is a stage 3 guard. Alright, now that you see the deck profile, let's go over some of the combos. Pardon me, let me clean this up real quick while I show you some of the combos. But basically, some people think that when you play Spike Brothers, you always want to use the Soul Blast on your grade 1s and your grade 2s. That's usually not the case. You want to save your Soul Blast, and whenever you use your Soul Blast, you always want to push for game. That's the main thing you want to do for this deck. So I'm going to show you an example of how to use the Limit Break for Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor properly. So let's get that here. We have our Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor with our 2 Soul. So you always want to have 2 Soul right before you do the Limit Break. And we do have our 2. This is the perfect situation. This is always a winning image for Spike Brothers to have those 4 cards out. And we have our 4 damage ready for our Limit Break. So the way to properly use this is you want to use your Soul Blast and attack with your Juggernaut, just your Juggernaut for 16. You always want to do this first. You don't really want to support the first attack because they don't have any triggers out yet to add damage to their Vanguard. So you want to hit first for 16, and then hit for 16 again. That uses up your 2 Soul Blast right here. And these 2 get reshuffled back into the deck. Our deck being right here. and then you use his effect. So you're going to call for 21, and you say you're using the effect. We Soul Charge 2, counterblast your 2 damage, bring out 2 Juggernauts, right there, and then they have to call if they want to guard. Basically, they're going to perfect guard this. If not, they're going to try to high guard it, and then you want to pull your 2 triggers. What you're looking for ideally is any kind of boost or any kind of critical, and you're going to add it. If they guarded, then you don't want to add it here. You want to add it to one of your here because you're hitting for, if you have this as your row, you want to Soul Blast again, and you're hitting for 24k plus whatever trigger you pulled as well. So it could be 24k plus. You'll be hitting for a minimum of 24k with just this row and your Soul Blast, and you're always going to have enough to Soul Blast these 2 because you're putting 2 in you. Because part of the requirement is to put 2 in your soul to do it. So this is your winning image. You really want to save your soul for this is your ideal setup. I mean, if you don't have Juggernauts, you can use Brackies instead. It's slightly lower attack, but it's still a good way to push. Because sometimes, either, God forbid, you have them in your hand, or they're in your drop zone, or they're in your damage zone. So you can't use it. But Brackie is a good alternative as well. But this is the true winning image for the Spike Brothers. This is if you have this, you basically win the game. The way I did go undefeated with this, I did get Dudley in my hand every time, and I did get ended up getting 2 Juggernauts with support. So when you're hitting for 24k, there's not much way they can do afterwards. You've already attacked 5 times, so that's pretty much game for your opponent. That's the ideal image for the Spike Brothers. Like I said, you don't want to use your Soul Blast unless they miss their ride. You don't really want to use all your Soul Blast for your Reckless Express and your Brackies at the beginning. You really want to save it for the a final turn push with Juggernaut. But basically, that's the deck profile for Spike Brothers. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about it, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.